Do you know what it's like to be extremely, extremely disappointed? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about today. This episode is about Biden remorse, and we're going to go through all of the disappointed Biden voters that actually thought they could elect a white old man that's been in politics for nearly 50 years and expect some type of progressive agenda. Stay tuned.
Do you wish like you had a third term? And I used to say, you know what, if I could make an arrangement where I had a stand-in, a front man or front woman, and they had an earpiece in, and I was just in my basement in my sweats looking through the stuff, and then I could sort of deliver the lines, but somebody else was doing all the talking and ceremony.
Do you ever look at Joe Biden and think the wheel is spinning, but the hamster is dead?
I mean, those lights that are just shooting out from the Lincoln Memorial along the reflecting pool, it's like almost extensions of Joe Biden's arms embracing America. It was a moment where the new president came to town and sort of convened the country in this moment of remembrance, outstretching his arms.
So, Joe Biden, most popular president in American history, has made it into the White House. So what could possibly go wrong?
In order to open these doors, we do not say open sesame. We say open Biden. That's our magic word. Open Biden. I love it.
Sylvia Garcia, Lizzie Pinelli, Pinell, and what am I doing here? I'm going to lose track here. And
So Joe calls states that are opening up and allowing businesses to operate and families to excel and continue their lives. He comes out and he says that they're Neanderthals.
The last thing we need is the Neanderthal thinking that in the meantime everything's fine, take off your mask, forget it. It still matters. I carry a card, I don't have it, I put it on my desk.
He says that any governor that is willing to open up their states, to allow businesses to operate, to allow children to go to school are Neanderthals.
And I'm happy to take questions if that's what I'm supposed to do, Nance, whatever you want me to do.
And everywhere I go, there's always something to remind me.
The vast majority of economists, left, right, and center, from Wall Street to the private economic polling initiatives, the economists, as I said, left, right, and center, say, in addition to the needs the people have, we need this to grow the economy. That if we haven't spent this money and recreated the kind of incentive for people to be able to make a good living, that we'd be in real trouble.
Here's the thing. The stimulus package was $1.9 trillion, and if you're lucky, you will squeeze out a measly $1,400. Despite the fact that Joe Biden ran on instantly paying out $2,000 to every individual with a much higher cap and income. But now that he's in office, things have changed. Biden has gotten a lot cheaper. This is a good one. The COVID package costs every single American $5,750 and then gives some people, very important, $1,400.
The last thing we need is another war in the Middle East.
Now, we know Joe loves war. He's always loved war. He's voted for every big war in his career. He just loves war, couldn't wait to get back into war. I wonder if he has the record for actually bombing and starting a new war as a new president. Something to look into. We'll see how it goes. So we have some unhappy voters. We said, cancel student debt, not bomb Syria. Biden is using our $2,000 to bomb Syria? No. Joe Biden? Priorities are priorities. War, yes. Eliminating college debt? No, 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 no. Actually following through on your promises and giving Americans $2,000 immediately when you get into office? Come on, let's not get crazy. And so the Biden remorse begins. People are confused, right? You vote for someone because they're a snake oil shoe salesman and they tell you whatever you want to hear, even if it's impossible. But what I like about Joe Biden is that he completely disregarded everybody's desires, and he went ahead and just rolled with the old industrial military complex profit machine. Bam. This is maybe the best one, but you decide. So, Joe Biden bombs Syria and kills the minimum wage hike, confirming every fear progressives had. Soon they'll renege on getting $2,000 checks to everyone in the middle class by limiting who gets it to appease the donors. Already happened. This guy must be Nostradamus. The establishment is back, and it absolutely sucks. You know, I don't like this guy, but this is everything in a nutshell. It's time to wake up. Biden remorse. Why did we vote for Joe Biden? If you know historically the situation, Obama built the cages for children. Then, when Trump got elected and he used those cages, everybody blamed Trump for putting children in cages. Now that Trump is out of office, Biden is using the cages that Obama built, and now they're considered nice, cozy homes.
Did you receive a briefing about the border today?
Yes, I did.
What did you learn?
A lot.
Is there a crisis at the border, sir?
Please,
I
everybody.
won't be able to handle it.
Joe Biden has it under control. Very articulate, very smart man, high level, 5D chess. He knows what he's doing at all times. Trust him. You don't need to hear from the guy. Doesn't do pressers, doesn't answer questions. You don't need to. He's a wizard. So he has the extremely exceptional, articulate, over-communicating press secretary, Jennifer Psaki. Here we go.
You're no hack, Jen Psaki. You're no hack.
Is this the right time to increase the number of refugees coming into the country and to also ease immigration and border restrictions?
Well, the president fundamentally believes that having a humane and moral immigration system in place strengthens our country.
You're no hack, Jen Psaki. You're no hack.
Considering the coronavirus numbers where they are and that we're doing more restrictions on travel, does that not also then affect refugee policy and immigration, bringing more people into the country, sort of following up on Kristen's?
Well, the refugee policy is increasing the cap. It doesn't change what our travel restrictions or our travel policies are. And of course, those are put in place to keep the American people safe.
Illegal immigrants are pouring into the country. We already know that many of them are positive for COVID, the boogeyman. But Biden's just going to keep letting them in. In fact, let's just triple down, you know? Let's quadruple down. Get all of the Americans sick, waste all of the investment that this country has made into vaccines and testing, and let the party begin. And it is serious. You know, you have a professional ICE official who says that the levels are extraordinary in terms of inflow of immigrants. Education is not important anymore for children. We want them to stay home, isolate, increase suicide, increase drug abuse for a virus that has a 99.9 whatever survival rate. But it's okay. Let's just let the illegals pour in that have COVID, that we're not testing, that we don't care about testing, because that makes sense in the Biden administration. I think that's it for the show today. There's a lot to hear, obviously. It is true that Joe Biden has no idea what's going on. The question is, who is running the show? Who is pulling the levers? And is it in America's best interest? Because what we've seen through foreign policy, through domestic policy, through the handling of taking care of American citizens during the biggest economic struggle in many, many decades. So we have to ask ourselves the questions. Biden remorse. I hope we went through enough to really understand decision making and why critical thinking is important, why we need to actually vet our candidates. This was an easy one. Joe Biden. Not a mystery man. He's somebody that's been in politics forever, has made terrible decisions. You know, you can't expect progressive, pioneering results from an old man with dementia.
Our government's now full of folks who are extraordinary.